Yo, this is Alex Mouth for Destiny, bringing you back another full body workout. This time around, it is absolutely insane. The weights, the volume, the duration, everything is mind-boggling, man. So we're starting off with the pause bench press with doubled light bands. Now guys, doubled lights have a lot of band tension, especially at the lockout. It's a good 200 pounds at the lockout, and off the chest is about 70 pounds or so, 70, 80 pounds approximately, okay? And you can get them yourself off Rogue Fitness or Elite FTS. These bands are very, very difficult, so the weight you're gonna have to use is a bit less. So I'm doing some pause reps. Yeah, your boy does pauses, absolutely, okay? And this is really making the exercise hard, right? So here we start off with 235 pounds, which is 305 at the bottom and 435 at the top. Now you'll see the lockout is quite a problem. So I go down, pop off the chest is good, and lockout is obviously very difficult, right? But that's to be expected. And then for some more overload, we throw on a slingshot, right? Now the slingshot is gonna add about 10 to 15% overload. And the heavier you go, it gets closer to about 10% or so, right? And the extra benefit now is that it's gonna be a little bit lighter off the bottom, and I can really focus on that lockout and overloading the weights. Like you could see, like right now, this is 475 at the lockout. I would never be able to do this without the sling. It is absolutely, it's very, very heavy in your hands. It's mind-boggling. This is 295, which is 365 at the bottom and 495 at lockout. So it's 5 plates at the top. That's the benefit right there. It'll allow you to overload your triceps to a tremendous extent. So there you go. Lockout is very, very difficult, as you can see. Probably the hardest lockout I've ever done. And that's it, man. 500 pounds at the top. Pretty crazy if you ask me. So now we're gonna do some volume work, all right? So ramping sets. Recently, well, I really like ramping sets for intensity days because it allows you to get volume without impeding your recovery in a sense. So set 1 is gonna be 315, okay? And every single set, I'm just gonna add 10 pounds. This way you're getting some good volume in, but you're still going heavy at the same time. Now, I thought it was actually gonna be easy doing some regular slingshot bench after the doubled lights, but your triceps are hammered after that. When you lock that much weight at the top, and your chest is like kind of more fresh, it's kind of weird. It feels like if you go from double lights to like a raw bench with a slingshot, it feels very, very strange, okay? Now this is set 3, so 335. You'll notice that with this set, actually I hit the uprights like 2 times, and it kind of misgrooved me. So I decided to switch over to the next bench for the next set, or the final set that is. So there you go, you can see that little problem right there. I ended up hitting the rack, fucking annoying right there. And yeah, this is the final set, which is 345 pounds. And again, I'm very tired at this point. Usually I could do this with 365 for 5 reps, maybe even more. But it's the end of the volume for the most part. So there you go. Went pretty fine. Lockout was a bit difficult. That's to be expected. And now, just for the hell of it, I throw on 365 and I decide to do a super long pause. Because I've been doing a lot of pause bench recently. You know, there is a skill element to it. So I'm trying to really focus on it. And it's going well. You can see the speed was good, the form was good. Your boy's good at pause bench. Let's just get that straight. Now, here's some rolling dumbbell extensions. The triceps are very important in building a bigger bench. That's why I do a lot of overloads for the tris, and I do a lot of extensions. I believe that if you want to maximize your raw bench or even geared bench, you need to be using some form of extension. And we're using the rolling dumbbell extension today. So again, it's going to be ramping sets, 5 pounds every single set. So the first set is 30, 35, then it's 40, 45, etc. And we're just going to keep going until we get some sufficient volume, you know? You don't want to burn out. That's not the objective. The objective is to work the muscles, right? Overload them a little bit with the rolling aspect, and then move on to the next exercise, right? That's the point of intensity days. Intensity days is you're stressing, not annihilating. Whereas the volume days is like, damn, you are really putting yourself through hell. You are doing a multitude of different tricep movements, super high reps, super high sets, and it's mainly straight sets. You know, like last week I did 10 sets of 10 on the dumbbell shoulder press with a very heavy weight. So that's what I'm talking about. Volume days are a lot different. It's different, trust me. So this is just ramping sets, doing reps of 8. Again, it's gonna help your bench press a lot. Like if you wanna be a strong bencher, you need to have strong triceps, especially when you do extensions. It'll work primarily the medial head and also long head if you roll back like I'm doing. And that's also gonna assist you in getting bigger arms. So extensions, I think they're very good. And if you have elbow pain, you probably have like weak tendons probably, and you need to work on that. You have to correct that little problem right there. So that's all for the extensions. Now we do one final set with lightweight. So 22.5, right? 3 sets of 30 straight. And the objective of this is, again, to pump blood into the muscle, really work those triceps. Like, this burns like hell. When you do this, guys, your arms feel like death. It really, really, really burns. And I just think that it's nice to complement it after the presses and the extensions. So now, let's move on to some yoke training. This is the Beltless Jefferson rack pull set to pin 1. Now, pin 1 is approximately 4.5 inches off the ground in terms of elevation. So this is the equivalent of doing a block pull off aerobic steps for the most part. And I'm going to give you the proof right here. That's how much distance there is. And I'm a short guy, so this is not a lot of distance. That's probably about 4.5 inches, what I'm showing you right now. I have a 7-inch hands for your information, from the palm to the middle finger. So that's that. This is set 2. I'm just ramping it up. Every set, you want to gradually increase it, 315. And you want to get your groove right. You want to get your technique in. I believe warming up is very important for priming up your nervous system. So that's 315, just doing my thing. The Jefferson rack pull, I much prefer it over the Jefferson deadlift because it gives you a little bit of elevation. When you do it off the floor, it's like your back is too bent forward, and it feels kind of awkward. Like, I feel that the Jefferson rack pull is far superior, even off blocks. Like, I don't see the point in doing it off the floor. I find that it feels much better in the rack. Like, real talk. Just do it in the rack, you'll understand what I'm talking about. This really works the obliques. It'll hit the upper back as well, and the traps. And that's the same concept as regular rack pulls. Weighted stretch. This is 605. It's actually, it's more difficult with straps, believe it or not, because the straps distort your technique and you're less explosive. And sometimes, like, you grab the bar unevenly. You can see I'm a bit uneven. That kind of screws it up. And notice this. Notice how even with straps, it tends to roll out of my hands. You know why? Because these bars are cheap. They're cheap pieces of shit. Now, this is 725, right? The last time I maxed out on this was close to a year ago. That was 675. So here's a free PR. You can see it's not that difficult, but I want to take it a little bit easier today since it's my first time doing it. I'll probably repeat this exercise for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to try to get like 765 or 825, something like that. Now, I'm showing you the Meadows shrug. This is an excellent exercise that I learned from Through the Twisted Nether, right? Which this guy has the best upper back I've ever seen as a natural. This lift is very, very good. It kind of gets rid of the problem with dumbbells in your rack because if you go to a commercial gym, the dumbbells only go up to like 100 pounds, sometimes 120, 150, and you can't really build that much. So when you shrug with this, it allows you to really overload your traps in a unilateral fashion, and it maximizes the weighted stretch. Like, when you do this, guys, your rhomboids and your lower traps in particular get smashed. And the way to do it is you round the upper back. So you actually want to round the upper back on this, and you just shrug. It is so good on the traps. You're going to love it. This is my first time doing it, so I'm only going to go up to 5 plates. So this is still a warm-up. But it feels, the weighted stretch is so nice. You'll feel the next day what I'm talking about, right? And it's kind of like, it's like a Meadows row, but you're shrugging instead, okay? Here the camera cuts off. I'm starting to notice that my camera is running out of space. So I got to clear that up. And I had to clear up a few things during this workout. So that's the final set. Going pretty well. And yeah, give this exercise a shot. If you want to hit your rhomboids and lower traps, this is going to do it for you. So that's that. Let's move on to some lat pull downs. Recently, I've been doing a lot of lat pull downs because it tractions the upper back and the lower back. As you're pulling up, it's pulling on the entire spine. It really is a phenomenal way. And I also find that it helps with your shoulders. Like, check this out. The way that I'm doing it is I'm shoving my head through. And at the top, I'm doing like not a shrug, but I'm just letting it lengthen. This is excellent for shoulder health. It'll build amazing shoulder mobility, thoracic mobility, and it's very, very shit. If you're gonna do it like this, you can't be ego lifting. You have to do everything with perfect form. So the weight is not that heavy. It's like medium weight or so. It's like half the stack, but it's awesome. Now, these are some push downs. Every single workout, I've been doing 300 push downs. Well, actually, that's not true. Sometimes I'll do 100, maybe 200, 250, but 300 is the mean. Like, that is on average what I tend to do. So I'm going to rotate between 3 different types of push downs. First, it's going to be the wide grip, 4 sets of 25. Then the close grip with the elbows in front, 4 sets of 25. And then we're going to end off with the rope push down. So in total, 4 sets of 25 is 100 reps times 3. That's 300 total reps. And again, this is just to build the triceps. I believe it's very, very important for benching, especially for me. I have hypermobile elbows. And my chest strength and my strength off the bottom is very on point. So I'm just trying to overdevelop the shit out of my triceps. You can never have too strong triceps we're trying to build up that bench, okay? Now, to complement the tricep push downs, you want to do some curls. Curls is going to make your elbows nice and healthy. And of course, you want to do some curls, you know? It's good for your biceps, good for your forearms. This is a special arm wrestling exercise. You just, you do it on the seated cable row station. But you just, you curl with the rope. It's very good. I recommend you guys give it a shot. But it's mainly going to hit your forearms and your brachialis, okay? And now, lower back and abs. Here's some front levers. I haven't done this in a long time. You can see the form is like really good. It's pretty, and actually this is easy. Like 5 reps is not hard. It's just that it's the end of my workout and I was feeling kind of lazy. So I just did 5x5 front levers. This is the last set for information. So that's that. And then we end off this workout with some glute ham raises. And unfortunately the camera cut off, but I did a lot of reps here. I got 12 reps in particular. And this, guys, really, really hammers the hamstrings. I feel this more than anything else. I feel it more than an RDL. I feel it more than a freaking leg curl. Like, for me, for my build, the glute ham raise is the best hamstring build of all time. That's just how it is for me. So that's it for this full body workout. I hope you enjoyed it. It was heavy, it was hard, it was voluminous, it was long. And yeah, I hope this inspires you to kick some ass in the gym. So wishing you the best of gains, and I'll talk to you all next time.